I can't even think of how to reword that to make it make sense, but hopefully somebody understands what I'm trying to say.
Hey Puzzle Buddies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Wednesday upload. Now, if you've been here for a little bit, you have known that the last few months, like the end of the year leading up to the beginning of this year, I was like hardcore training for speed puzzling for nationals. Well, like as hardcore as you can get when you puzzle like once a week. But either way, I was like really trying to work on my speed puzzling and like doing different techniques and things to see what could make me faster. And during all of that, Ricky from Ricky's Puzzle and Book Chat, he left me a suggestion for like how I could practice, and I'm finally getting around to doing it. So Ricky's suggestion was to practice speed puzzling upside down. Now, I'm not entirely sure if he meant like upside down or like upside down, like backwards, kind of. But either way, I'm going to try them both and see how I do. So this is the puzzle that we're going to be trying this out on. This is a 100 piece from Cobble Hill. This is one of their like 4 puzzle chess puzzles that they debuted during nationals, but it's a regular puzzle, so you can just puzzle it however you want to. It does have like these extra large pieces, so that might make things interesting. But this one is called Bookshop Bedlam by Dave Waymond. And this image is pretty busy, so I'm not quite too sure if this is going to make things easier for speed puzzling or make things more difficult trying to figure out where things go. But here's how today's video is going to work. I'm going to first speed puzzle this like normal. Just going to flip the pieces, do it like regular in the regular orientation. And then I'm going to try again, doing it upside down this way. And then I'm going to do it a third time, but puzzling only from the back of the puzzle, which sounds kind of crazy, but I think after doing it twice, I will be at least pretty familiar with the piece cut. And so I'm hoping that that would mean that I'll be familiar enough to do it just with no image, just looking at some cardboard. So we're going to see how this goes. And then at the end, I think I will speed puzzle it just one last time regular, now that I would have done it 3 times in a row from all different directions and see just how much I can improve. So let's get started. Okay, I just got done with my first run through of this puzzle. Time was 12 minutes, 55 seconds. So not fantastic, but it is what it is. Now I'm going to reback the puzzle, put it back in the box and everything, and see how I do with the image being upside down. And I'm going to do my best to keep the pieces upside down the whole time. So let's see how we do. Okay, so I just finished my second go of this puzzle, and it took me 12 minutes and 58 seconds. So, on the one hand, this being the second time that I did the puzzle, you would think I would go a bit faster, but also on the other hand, I'm doing it like opposite of what my brain was trying to tell me to do. So, only being 3 seconds slower. I'm not sure how I should feel about this. Should I have been faster? Should I have been slower? And so me not being that much slower is actually kind of good. Honestly, Not sure. Not sure what to do with this information quite yet. I am now going to try it puzzling, like just from the backside. Here's my prediction. It's going to be slow. Okay, I'm going to be just puzzling. It's just going to be a 100-piece solid colored puzzle of just cardboard. So it's going to be longer than the like 12 minutes and 58 seconds than I've been doing so far. My prediction is going to be closer to like 20 minutes.
I've always been delusional, yes. And it has led me to great heights and very low lows.
But I think I can do it. The piece cut of this puzzle is like a grid cut, but it's very wonky. And there are some kind of interesting cuts, like this piece, like this piece, for example. Like, hold on. Can I flip it? Okay, like this piece should be like one piece, but it's actually split. Sorry, it's actually split into two. I'm going to reset everything again and see how it goes this third time. For this one, I decided to start with the border because honestly, what else was I going to do? So I did the border, and then I was kind of using, my plan was to, of course, use like the clues that you have at that point, because at that point you have at least a few corners, 4 corners really. And so I was planning on using that information to figure out where the rest of the pieces fit in. I was going to sort them by piece shape, blah, 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 blah. Because like I said in the clip before this, I thought that this was a grid cut with some squiggles and biggles. This is a ribbon cut, as in all these pieces are only 2 ins, 2 outs. All these pieces are 2 ins, 2 outs, which makes something like this much more difficult because all the pieces are basically the same. What I did pretty quickly realize, though, is that some of the pieces are long and skinny, and some of the pieces are chunky, and that goes for both the piece itself and also the nubs on the end are either skinny or chunky. And so I was able to separate the pieces into the skinny ones on one side and the chunky ones on the other side. And so that did kind of narrow things down, but still that's like all the information I had to go off of because everything was only 2 ins, 2 outs, except for that one piece that's like broken in half. You know what I mean? That one has a very, very small nub, so that was pretty easy to pick out. But other than that, that was it. And then you just had to look at the curves and swerves and figure out what went where. Excuse me, hello. I have got to stop being like, oh, this is only going to take me about, yeah. My time for this one was at least 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 6 seconds. And I know it's at least, I'm going to say it's going to be like 1 hour and 5 minutes or so. Because at some point, my camera battery died because I only had so much of it charged. I was like, this isn't going to take very long. I have enough battery to make it through. It died. When I came back, I forgot to restart my timer. Yeah, if I just go fast. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that almost worked. But based off of what is left here, it seems like I did indeed have it. This is one where you couldn't really have false fits really anyways. But yeah, it seems like everything was about where it should have been. So yeah, 1 hour and 5 or 6 minutes was my time for doing this one as basically just a solid cardboard 100-piece puzzle. That was much more time than I planned on spending puzzling tonight. Honestly, I thought 1 hour would be the total time of me doing everything, not just 1 hour and some change on just that one part. Plus, I puzzled twice before that, and technically, I'm supposed to puzzle again right now. I'm a bit sleepy. It is, I think, like 11:20. I just checked the time. My camera has died. I'm charging a battery. The other battery is also dead. I'm missing a third battery, actually. I have no idea what that one is. But so I'm going to speed puzzle this again. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sick of looking at this puzzle. But I'm gonna do it this one last time and see if after doing it frontwards, upside down, backwards, am I familiar enough with this image, with this piece cut to shave off like a significant chunk of time. I am gonna have to record the time lapse on my phone because the camera's dead. So the angle is gonna be a little bit different. My apologies, but This should be a pretty quick clip. What? This should be a pretty quick clip anyways, so.
After all of that, I managed to get my time down to 10 minutes and 47 seconds. So I shaved off a solid 2 minutes from my time. Now, if we're talking percentages, 13 minutes down to 11 minutes. So I shaved off roughly a third, maybe like 25% of my time. So in theory, that's pretty good, okay? Did I do a lot of work and a lot of extraness to get there? Yes, I did. Now, also, is my improvement because of these other like techniques and things I did? Or is it just because I've speed puzzled this 4 times in a row? Who's to say? Not me, because I'm not about to sit here and redo this experiment and isolate all these different variables. I'm not going to. It is now like almost midnight. I was not planning on puzzling this long. I got down to 10 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm happy with it. I think if I kept going, like if I sat here and kept doing this one, my time would start to extend because I am so sleepy. I can feel myself like about to slow down. But theoretically, I feel like I could easily get this down to like 9 minutes, 8 minutes if I was like really, really pushing it. But let me tell you my thoughts on the puzzle itself. One, this is my first Cobble Hill that I know of. Definitely my first, if nothing else, my first 100 piece from Cobble Hill. And I like these big pieces. I'm not entirely sure how to describe it. It has kind of like a satiny kind of finish to it. So it's not really glossy. However, there is like a sheen here. But it is matte enough that like it feels nice in your hand. And so chunky pieces, a nice feel. Y'all know I was enjoying myself. Otherwise, it's just like cardboard. The hold on the pieces, like as you guys saw when I tried to do that flip, it's not great. This image is really cute. It is very busy, which I think was a bit of a detriment to me because I would get like so distracted by all the different things that I would kind of lose track of what I was doing. But as an image itself, like it is really cute. It's this bookstore with all these different things happening. I love these bookstore puzzles with like the different genres having their own things going on. So to have a puzzle to have to keep doing and keep looking at over and over, I'm glad it was this one because I do really think the image is cute. So I think that's enough of this for now. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. We're on our way to 750 subscribers, which means we're on our way to 800 subscribers, which means we're closer to 1,000. And I think that we could hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I really think we could, and I would love you all to help me get there. Make sure that you're following me on TikTok and Instagram as well. I will try to have this puzzle linked down below, and I will see you in my next video.